This week on The Grind, we're hunting with Wade Skeen at Skeen Outfitters with Cornerstone Gundog Academy for Violet's first river duck hunt.
I yearn for a place to call my own. I'm going home. Say what you will. I'll be better for it still. I've been wondering what you're doing with your time. Just to get you off my mind, I'm in the grind.
The Grind Waterfowl TV is brought to you by Dakota Decoy, premium gunning decoys for demanding hunters. Lucky Duck, masters of deception. Kent Cartridge, quality matters and performance counts. Mud Buddy, the king of mud motors. Excel, the boat to own. Cornerstone Gundog Academy, the most accessible online retriever training program. Yoder Smokers, handcrafted in the heartland. Sitka Gear, turning clothing into gear. Rig 'em Right Waterfowl, the industry leader in specialty waterfowl products. Onyx Hunt, know where you stand. Benelli, simply perfect. Cowboys Wild Game Washer, as clean as you can get 'em. And these fine sponsors. This segment is brought to you by Kent Cartridge.
We're in central Kansas, and we're with Wade Skeen and Skeen Outfitting, and we've got Josh and Keith Parvin with us from Cornerstone Gundog Academy. Pretty excited to hunt with these guys. We got Violet with us. Violet is the centerpiece and star of 52 Plus. She's a 2-year-old yellow Brit, and she is a little firecracker. I'm anxious to see her work. It's kind of fun watching another guy have the pressure on him with his dog. I'm enjoying that. We're on the Arkansas River, and it's quite a setup. It reminds me of the Missouri River, just on a smaller scale. Everything's the same, sandbars, shallow water, deep water. We're about a couple miles from where the ducks have been roosting. They get up and feed, and then early morning they're popping into this river. They're maybe not quite ready to go out to eat. They pop in here for a little drink, and then they'll go eat. And just like the Missouri River, we're hoping like mid-morning when they're coming back from food, they've got hot crops, and they see us and we get some more Kansas mallards.
It's a unique way to hunt. Not everybody gets to hunt a knee-deep sand bottom river. There's a couple of other states that have that out there, but it's something unique to this area of the country, and we try to get, every group out on it at least once just to experience it. The traffic from the roost to the feed is about as good as you could see in this part of the country as far as just the number of birds. Birds are getting up off the roost, they're going out to eat, usually corn this time of year. We're really giving it everything we have, big spreads, loud calling, just trying to break off birds from these big massive wads that are going to and from the feed to the roost, and then coming back to the same place to loaf later in the day. So we're getting as many decoys out there as we can. When you're trying to pull 30 or 40 or 50 birds off of a couple thousand, you need every tool that you can get your hands on to get their attention.
As we started to set up, it was still dark, but the birds were already stirring under the full moon.
We'd been thinking about putting together a hunt with the Grind. We wanted to do it because of Violet and her finishing up 52 Plus and sharing with everybody what her first season was starting to look like. And we were really down to one opportunity. We had one day to make it happen, and I called my good friend Wade Skeen of Skeen Outfitters, and I talked to him about it, and he said, yeah, come on. He said, man, can you give us more than one day? I said, well, you know what, Wade? I said, you can do it in one day. Let's just make it happen. We gathered up, and just turned out to be an incredible, just one of the best hunts I've been on in quite a while.
You don't need any backup. He's been telling me all day to
Watch it close, Josh. You got waders on?
I do.
Okay.
Good girl.
Keith's been telling me all day to sit by him and shoot well for him. I don't think I need to do that.
One shot, one duck.
Yep.
Hey, she made it right through there.
Girl. Good. Good girl.
Have fun to watch. Nice drake too.
Kill that single. He did.
He did. The skunk is off. And Keith was joking with me all last night. He wanted a good shooter next to him. He doesn't need a good shooter. He's 1 for 1 down here.
This segment is brought to you by Lucky Duck Premium Decoys.
We'd got a dog and wasn't satisfied with it. Spent a lot of money on a trainer. Realized that it wasn't going to be what we wanted. So we decided to learn everything there was that we could learn about how to train a dog.
Please. Good girl.
Josh, you have nothing to worry about with that dog.
That was awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, she got fire. Yeah.
I'm proud of her. That makes me happy right there. First
You get
2
about-
river retrieves
You get
right
about
there.
300 or 400 birds like that under her, and you're gonna have a machine on your hands.
Oh yeah.
Let's put a good down payment on that today.
That's right.
First 2 river retrieves. Freezing cold out here.
Where'd he come from?
Young dog, just over 2, but very proud of her. She knows what to do. We're working on it. She's doing a good job.
52 plus is creating a situation where somebody could have what they needed to learn how to really train their dog and how to read their dog and create a step-by-step plan and a step-by-step program to where they could follow along and be able to develop their dog. And one of the most important things about it is we give them a checkpoint at the end of every week that gives them a chance to compare their dog's progress to Violet's progress. And if they pass the checkpoint, they move into the next week. And if not, it's just a cool thing just to stay in the week they're in until their dog reaches the skill level that it needs to pass that week.
Honestly, for those that have considered getting a dog, maybe don't have a dog, but are thinking about it, they love waterfowl hunting, maybe you have a passion for it, and you want to maybe get a dog one day and you're thinking about it, this is kind of one of those moments that we wanted to share with you.
Down the right, he's coming down the pipe on the right. Kill him! No!
Back.
Dog in the water. Got a floor out here.
Whoa! Gray lady down.
Atta girl.
Keith, Josh, and Barton have created what is essentially the field-tested formula for training a gun dog.
Good girl.
You follow the 52 weekly checkpoints, and your dog is conditioned to learn and absorb the skills it needs to be a hunting machine. Watching Violet was the live culmination of that, and as a lifelong dog owner and river runner, there's nothing better than watching a young dog figure out retrieving ducks in the heavy current for her first try. Even though great hunting is always fun, watching Violet master this river on her first hunt was the icing on the cake.
Oh, oh, here, let's go. Oh, oh, girl. Oh, hold, hold, good, yeah. Oh, good girl. What you think? That's a good girl.
Even with the gray skies and the full moon, this hunt was off to a hot start.
This segment is brought to you by Mud Buddy and Excel Boats.
Got some overcast right now. They're calling for some sun, but it doesn't seem to matter here. We've had a lot of nice ducks already this morning. Our shooting hasn't been too spectacular, other than Keith. Keith told me last night that he needed a good shooter next to him, and I saw him go 1 for 1. So,
lucky morning.
With Central Kansas, Arkansas River Mallards, it's awesome.
As an outfitter, having the grind come out and do a hunt with you is something pretty special right off the bat. As an outfitter that's in their first season of doing it full time, that's very special. And then to be told you got 1 day to make something happen is pretty much enough to give you a nervous breakdown, especially with 2020 and 2021's weather so far, because you know we've gone from 70 degrees around Christmas time to 50-mile-per-hour windstorms. If you could have drawn it up in the weather this year, we've seen it happen. And I think a lot of people would agree it's probably been one of the tougher seasons that many of us can remember. So definitely some nerves involved, but I knew we had, this time of year is our most productive time of year in this part of the country. We had the birds here. It was just a matter of playing the weather we had and then patterning them, and I think we put it together well.
Keith, this is all you. We're gonna do it here.
Kill him! Woo! Right at the bottom.
Come on. Sit. Sit. Heel. Here. Sit. Here. Dead bird. Right there. No. Sit. No. Sit. Dead bird. Back. Oh, yeah.
The wind hadn't really got up like we thought it would be yet, so it was taking quite a bit of work to get them to break off. A lot of heavy calling, they were really liking that. And a lot of times you get the bird's attention and then you kind of soften up the call to get them in. This morning it was just a lot of calling all the way down.
Here they come.
Kill him! I got 1, 2, 3 on the left.
That one's gonna need some help.
One of the big things that we teach at Cornerstone is we actually teach our dogs how to learn, and we teach them how to problem solve for themselves. And this actually unfolded in real time today as we were out there, which was really epic and awesome to see, because the first retrieve, we're dealing with current, and this is the first time this dog has ever dealt with that before. So you immediately can see just the wheels turning in Violet's mind as she's out there and realizing, okay, the water's moving. And most of the time when we're retrieving with Violet, the water's not moving. We're retrieving in lakes and ponds. So just the idea and the absolute chance to get to see her problem solve and learn. We picked up a lot of birds today. Each retrieve she started getting better and better, and then it really started to click and she wasn't fighting the current, she would just go with the current, get the bird, and then didn't fight the current on the way back either. Would just go downstream, come back, bring the bird back to us. It was really easy. I didn't have to work her hardly at all as far as helping her figure out the current. She just figured it out on her own, and that's really part of, we've taught her how to do that. This completes the story of Violet's training. There she goes, she's getting confident now. Yeah. We've shown you from a young puppy when she's learning the foundations to finishing her out and what it takes to turn her into a nice hunting retriever. Violet. We've gladly shown you some of the triumphs along the way. Rock. And we haven't shied away from showing you the trials either. Violet's story is more than just her story though. It's the story that we all share. Persevering through the trials, putting in hard work, facing challenges head on, and achieving the dream that we set out to achieve. If you share this same dream, then you know it's something that can be done. What you've seen in these tips is just the surface of Violet's training journey. We have put together her entire training journey in our 52+ course, which helps you know where to start, what to do next, and what to do when problems arise in your retriever training. If you want to train your dog to be a dog that you'd be proud to have in the blind, then follow in Violet's footsteps. Put in the hard work, face the challenges head on, and don't settle until you've accomplished the dream that you set out to achieve.
This segment is brought to you by Dakota Decoy.
Hey, if we can let that first one on the water, let him on the water. Get ready on this single. Get ready on this single. Kill him! Like that! Shoot him!
Good shot, Josh.
We've put a lot of time, a lot of effort into filming 52+ and training Violet. And today we're out here watching this dream turn into a reality. But it's like the icing on the cake when your dog does it right, especially in a situation like this. So I've got to say, I'm definitely proud of her. And I can tell you, if you're thinking about getting a dog and you want to experience this, you know, it's a commitment. But if you get out here and you make it happen, you know, and you put in the work, you know, maybe one day that could be something that that you can do as well.
Three drakes out front. Kill her!
Oh, good shot.
Clean it up on aisle 3.
We probably hunted partly cloudy conditions for the first hour, maybe hour and a half, but we were still able to break off a lot of pairs and singles and 4s and 5s here and there. But then around 8:30, 9 o'clock, the sun came out, and I mean, you couldn't keep the birds off the decoys then. It was everything we were expecting it to be.
Another pair coming hard.
Kill that greenhead!
Woohoo! Good shot.
Bye.
Watching Josh work Violet today, it was very rewarding for me. I know the trials and triumphs he's gone through in developing her. I've seen the good days and I've seen the bad days, and he and Violet are a great team because her personality and his are very, very similar. To see Josh be able to experience his work that he's put into that dog come to life, it's just a special thing.
Kill that green! Oh! my goodness, what are we doing with our lives?
And don't you come back again.
Yeah.
You know, Bill's great. He's a character in the blind, I'll tell you that. He's somebody you want to be hunting with. You know, he's got a smile on his face. He's got a lot of great things to say and get you fired up. And getting out here with Wade, I'm so thankful Wade hosted this hunt for us. He did an incredible job. It doesn't get any better. I mean, you can't ask for more than what we saw today. It will get you, it'll get you fired up. But overall, we're appreciative of it. We had an incredible time. Wade's got a great setup here, and this is definitely something that we would love to do again.
So we do everything through social media. Just send us a message at Skeen Gundogs and Outfitters on Facebook, or at Skeen Outfitters on Instagram, or you can shoot us an email at skeenoutfitters@gmail.com.
That's good. I'm proud of her. That's a hard hunt for a young dog.
I watched her. What really impressed me, there was one drake.
Yeah.
You were down there with her, but most would try and fight the current going to it. She was like side straddling the current, and I mean, went right to the bird.
Yeah.
And that's an experienced dog that does that usually. So she's going to be a good one.
I was pleased with that.
Yeah, she's going to be a good one. You earned an extra little cup of chow, I think.
Oh yeah. She's ready, I can tell you that.